Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going back to a series I started a while ago, but I haven't really kept on it too well. But this is like my Beatles album or song ranking videos, I would say, and today is going to be Beatles for Sale. So I guess this is the fourth of the series. And once I get all these each individual album ranked by the songs I like. I'm going to do an album ranking for all just kind of the standard Beatles UK discography. Um, so today, again, we got Beatles for Sale. And again, I'm not really too great on elaborating why or why not I do like songs more than others. So what I usually have been doing for the past videos is I usually show a one of my some records, either 45 picture sleeves or some albums that go along with the song, just to kind of show some things through kind of the Beatles for Sale era on records, while also kind of telling you my order of songs from least favorite to, I guess, my most favorite, I would say, because I don't really dislike any Beatles songs. Like I see most people when they post their ranking video, they don't really dislike Beatles songs. It's just which one you like more than the others. And I usually listen to the album a couple times, do kind of a rough list each time, and then sometimes they differentiate, and then I kind of just combine them to one list that I think is pretty good. So again, it's going to change on which day of the week, time of year, your song is going to be more favorite on the album. Um, so for the first, or get the bottom four, I don't show anything in terms of records, but when I get into the top 10, I'll show a corresponding 45 or album with that song on it. So number 14, we have Mr. Moonlight as my least favorite song on Beatles for Sale. As you can probably guess as I go along through this album, the songs that kind of feel like they just kind of muddle through, at least for me. Um, and some, again, I preferred the more rocking side of the Beatles instead of kind of the slower. So that's just kind of how it is for me in general. But Mr. Moonlight comes in at number 14. And then number 13, we go for Words of Love. Again, they just kind of move along, not really any faster paced things, I would say. But again, I'm not really too great on describing on what I do and do not like about them. But for number 12, we're gonna go along ahead with "I Follow the Sun." Um, maybe it's just I've heard it a lot, I would say, but it's just kind of, again, a little bit of a slower song. I enjoy the song. It's just I think I might be a little bit tired of it right now, but it's still a good song, I think. And then for number 11, we got "Every Little Thing." I do like the drum beat on that one. I did play the drums once upon a time. It's just I don't know. I like the drums all about. That's all I would really say about that. All right. Anyway, now we're getting in the top 10. Now I'll get to show some stuff, so I don't have to struggle describing songs anymore. So number 10. I don't know if you'll be surprised that it's this far down the list, but I'm gonna go with 8 Days a Week, and this is a German 45 on the green Odeon label there from 1964, and Beatles for Sale as an album will probably be lower on my album ranking in general. This is kind of the big hit off of it, at least what I think. And then I don't really like, in terms of all the big hits, I don't really enjoy 8 Days a Week as much. Again, I also hear it a lot, so I might just be tired of it too. But that's how I feel right now, and that's how it's going to be. So number 10 is 8 Days a Week. All right, number 9, we're gonna go with "Honey Don't," a Ringo vocal, but I enjoy Ringo songs, so I'm not complaining about it. But we're gonna go for go with the U.S. EP 4x4 with the Beatles. Has some Beatles for Sale songs, actually entirely Beatles for Sale songs here, and I guess on this side, the opening track, I guess, is "Honey Don't." Back with some other songs that you'll see later on. This is a Scranton pressing from 19 1965. So very cool US EP. Alrighty, number 9, we kind of have one of their more, if not most, country song as the Beatles as a whole, or one of them at least, which is "I Don't Want to Spoil the Party." I'm not a big country person, but I kind of just like the, I guess, a little bit of a different tune or style every once in a while. And this is probably one of the first Beatles EP I bought early on collecting. This is not an original one. It's a reissue from 1978. But this one has "I Don't Want to Spoil the Party" on it, so I decided to show this one on the black and yellow Parlophone label. Alrighty, this one was kind of a hard to find some physical media for without showing an album. And I was going to wait for the albums for the top 3, and it is "What You're Doing." So I'm going to show the Beatles cassette here because I don't have a 45 that has that song on there. And this is a more recent pickup. I believe this is from 1987 cassette. Again, I don't really have too many cassettes, but I happened to find some at a local record store which had a lot of Beatles cassettes. So I got a lot of albums knocked off that list. Alrighty, so let's see, how far are we along here? So I guess we're down to 6. Sorry, and I decided to go with "Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby." George Harrison, kind of a fun song with all the lyrics. I think are kind of fun. I think it's kind of a nice way to end off the album. And for this one is part of the Collectibles British import series, and has "Till There Was You" backed with "Everyone Is Trying to Be My Baby." So this one's kind of tough to find a song on a 45 that I haven't shown like on EP already, but luckily I had this one from 1982 from the US. And then I guess we're breaking into the top 5 here. And this one surprised me how far up it got, but once I listened to this album a couple times, it was up there both times. So this one's from the Netherlands, and I'm going to go with "Babies in Black." And it's kind of more of I guess, a waltzy kind of tune. But for whatever reason, I've been enjoying it lately, so I'm putting it at number 5. So this one's from the Netherlands on kind of a old school Parlophone label, but on the black and silver label from 1964. So pretty cool picture sleeve. And then number 4, we go with "No Reply," another picture sleeve from the Netherlands here. I kind of like the white background with the Beatles covers there. Kind of a neat, interesting looking picture sleeve. Again on the black and silver Parlophone label from 1964. So we'll go with "No Reply" for number 4. So for the last 3, I like to at least what I'm going to try to do from now on. For the last 3, each song I'm going to have an album correspond with it, like a cool album. I think something a little bit different or unique. And then of course the first one I bestow the UK first pressing title to it. So I'm going to be trying to do that for the rest of the album series here. But for number 3, we have "Kansas City" / "Hey Hey Hey." "Kansas City" is a song that's actually in my grandpa's jukebox that plays 78s. So maybe that's why I like the song so much, because I heard it play on the jukebox lots of times before on his Rockola jukebox. So that's why I probably have it so high up. And I got this cool Beatles For Sale from Australia. A very different cover, but it's still kind of on a classic black and yellow Parlophone label. I'll even show you the back. Just kind of the gatefold for the UK version, just in a lighter background. So I thought that was cool. All right, number 2, we got a cover of "Rock and Roll Music," and for this one, probably the nicest conditions Beatles 65, not Beatles for Sale, but has a good bit of Beatles for Sale songs on here. And this is a first pressing from 1964, still in the shrink wrap, and the record I believe was in really excellent shape. So we got rock and roll music at number 2. So that just leaves, of course, the last one on the album. If you know this album, you probably know what it is already, and it is "I'm a Loser." I remember first kind of discovering this album, and listening to it while doing some homework in the classroom, and one of my best friends was tell me what or asked me what I was listening to, and I showed him this song, and he was like, "Well, I'm a loser. That describes you pretty well." So obviously he was joking, but cool, fun story nonetheless. But here's my UK first pressing of Beatles for Sale. Maybe we'll just go take ahead and take a look at it. Stereo copy, and it comes with the inner sleeve, oh, and the gatefold. And here is the record. I just remember listening to this. This was the first ever UK first pressing album I ever bought, and I remember playing this for the first time and appreciating the album even more because it sounded pretty good. So I was very pleased with that first purchase, and that led me to get all the UK first pressings, which I proud to say that I owned all of them except for Please Please Me, which is on the black and gold label. So I have a third pressing of that, which is as close to a black and gold label without being a black and gold label, and it has the extra 33 on the label. But I digress towards the Beatles for Sale albums to talk about Please Please Me. But anyway, so I'm glad I got that finally done. I know it's been a long time, and I know I'm not necessarily the best of describing all of these things, but that's why I like to show some records. So next up we have Help. Don't know when I'll get to that, but I think I have a Help ready to go to play on the turntable over there. So maybe when I listen to that, I'll throw down some ideas for some song album rankings. So I hope you enjoyed that. I guess be on the lookout. It could be, I guess, a couple weeks from now or a couple months from now, where the next album song ranking could be. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I should have some more Beatles update videos. I just went to a local record store, and they had some pretty hard to find Paul McCartney albums, so be on the lookout for that one. So I was really excited about getting those. I got a pretty good deal on them as well. So be on the lookout for that, and always thanks for watching. If you want to leave your top 5 in the comments, I'll always be happy to respond and comment. So thanks again.